to help kind of understand where you're at today, I know you play as the role as CEO today. And you also said that maybe you could walk away from your business if you needed to, and it would probably take care of itself or will take care of itself. I don't want to put words in your mouth. But how many hours today do you spend working in the business as opposed to working on the business with strategy and growth and things of that nature?
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't do any billable work anymore. It would be very rare. I suppose occasionally here and there, I might jump in and help with the design or a video or something like that. But it's pretty rare that I would do any billable work. So in the business, I do here and there, but on the business is certainly a greater emphasis of me. And Gabe, years ago, if I would do something that wasn't billable work, it would make me feel guilty. And I would think, I'm not adding value. I need to be billable. And it took me a long time to work through that. And now I feel guilty if I do billable work because that's not the biggest value that I can add.
That pendulum switch to the other side. That's great.
Switch to the other side. Yeah. So I think for all of us, it's really helpful to define, what are you doing that you're kind of incompetent at, that you're not so good at? What are you doing that you're competent at? And then what are you doing that you're absolutely fantastic at, that you're excellent at, that maybe no one else can do?
And you love doing it.
And you love doing it. Absolutely. Right. And that kind of helped me, figure out, okay, where can I add the most value? And where am I, where am I doing something that I should really hand off to someone else? And, all of us are probably doing something we need to hand off to someone else who can do it better than us. Yeah. And another thing, Gabe, that kind of helped me is a quote from John Maxwell. And he said something like, he said something like, if you can delegate it to someone who can do it 80% as good as you can or better, then delegate it. 100%, and I think that's the principle that I've tried to live by. And so many business owners, they're so married to their business, they associate themselves with their business so strongly, they think they are their business. It's really healthy to get some separation. And I used to think like that, and then problems and crises over the year kind of pushed me to a healthier place with my business. And I've really become comfortable, delegating to someone who these days, pretty much everyone here can do everything better than me, but
sure. You got that point now. Yeah. I want to touch on something you just said.
Agree. Yeah.
80%, you said 80%. I remember the first time that I heard that and applied it to one of my previous businesses. And it was mind blowing to think about that because, as the business owner, you're the 100%er, right? You're the one that has risked it all. You're the one that has given all to that business. And you believe that when you delegate something, that person should, in some cases, or at least I'm going to speak for myself, in some cases, you believe that person should do it better than you. That's why you hired them, or harder than you. That's why you hired them. And the truth is that your expectation should be that they should be 80% as passionate, and you're going to get exactly what you're looking for out of them. And it's kind of hard to disconnect to that in those early days of ownership. I like how you brought that up. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I appreciate what you're saying as well. And I think, as owners, it's very difficult to get anyone as passionate as you are. And a lot of owners get offended by that, get touchy about that. And
it's almost like a child.
It's almost like a child, and it's just not necessarily realistic. And I think there's, really good business owners are confident. They know what they're doing, of course, but they're also humble. And that sounds paradoxical, but you got to be humble. There has to be some. Just because you feel it should be done a certain way doesn't mean it should. You're not always the best at everything. It can go well without you.